First thing I wanted to mention is these three plays. I noticed that they have different structures and not just different methods of doing things. One, Autumnal Face, is a character play, and it's broken into character arcs. Landon is broken into acts. You've done that many times before. And then this Unalterable Animal is broken into dirges. Why the word change, and what do you think it signifies to the reader?
Well, I mean, the last one is obvious. Death. It's all about death, and all of these three plays. And I, since we last spoke, I wrote four of them, and one of them you said you hadn't read yet. So, and that was actually the first of the four that I wrote. But that one, which we'll talk about at a later date, is more. I think these plays actually, I'm calling my second folio. The first 37 plays, the first folio. So this is starting the second one. And those first 27 plays that I did in 26 weeks are sort of a unified whole. Then I did 10 plays more to end that folio, and they're longer, all over 30,000. And these plays I want to do to keep usually under 25,000. One of them, I think the first or the second, one of them goes over 25. But and so the one at the end, this Unalterable Animal, is I say it's a dirge in three movements. A dirge is a song of the dead, and it deals with death. Two of the three main characters are dead. The Danny Wagner that's describing his earlier self, that's a dead part of himself, in a sense. And then the other ones, the acts, it all depends on what is needed. Sometimes there isn't that big of a difference, and I'll just do scenes. I'm working on another play. I'm about 8,000 words into another play that I started the other day, and that's again just a bunch of scenes, and it's based upon the Five Fest, the first grocery store I worked at, and there are going to be some familiar characters there, but it all depends on what I'm writing about, the incident, and I don't necessarily know what the plays are going to be about in a deeper sense when I start them. I just, in let's see which the three ones I've got. I've got One Autumnal Face was about a girl that I knew in either junior high. I think I knew her in both junior high and high school. I don't remember if we went out one time in junior high or high school. And I write this in the play. I keep forgetting whether it was in high school or junior high. I think it was junior high. And so that was about me looking her up, as I sometimes do, old friends and girlfriends or whatnot in the past, and just seeing what happened to them. And that became about, in a sense, some of the downfall of aging, and also Danny Wagner's sort of unrealistic expectations that he should think that even though everyone, including himself, ages, that this girl that he thought was so lovely and beautiful when he was young didn't age. And then with Landon, it's about a kid that a real life kid that I knew, a baby that my mother, who's now dead almost a decade, who she babysat for around the turn of the century, and what would happen if he actually showed up later in Danny's life as a fan of his website. And then the last one, this Unalterable Animal, is, as I said, about two dead people. One, Danny's a psychologist that he went to 30 years ago, and what if she had a daughter, and whatnot. So